Well, Graham, let's just jump right in. I appreciate you coming today and joining us. So let's just start off. Tell us a little bit about your business and where you're located and what you do.
Okay, well, the business was started in '06 in Austin, Texas. We operate a little bit out of the state, but primarily in the Austin, Houston metropolitan areas. Um, and what we do is we treat uh, small industrial and commercial hydronic water systems. So in English, that means we do water treatment for air conditioning systems for the most part. And
Excellent.
my company has a manufacturing partner that provides the chemistry that prevents corrosion and mineral deposits in the system. So if you live in Pflugerville or Austin or Round Rock, you'll note that when you wash your dishes, they don't always come out pristine. They have spots. Those are mineral deposits. And in a industrial sized air conditioning, that can cost the customer hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Wow.
And so the chemistry we provide keeps those things clean. And in addition to that, it allows us to use far less water than we would otherwise have to use. So while we sell chemicals and consulting, our primary focus is the reduction in natural resource use. So
Oh, I love it.
we reduce the amount of water clients need to use, and we reduce the amount of energy required for them to operate their facility, whether that be a hospital or a software company or a commercial office building.
Well, you just touched on a couple of things. That sounds so interesting. So tell me this. Who you said you started your business in 2006. I always talk about this in target market. So who would you say has been your best customer? Who would you say that your company works with the most?
Well, one of the things that we pride ourselves on at this company is integrity and propriety. And to me, part of that is not divulging who we work for without their permission. So I'm sorry that I didn't have the foresight to ask. What I would tell you is this: we have been an active participant in about 15 or 20% of the buildings that were built in downtown Austin over the last 15 or 20 years.
Okay.
And if you were to look at a list of some of the most major players that have come to Austin over the last 10 years, there is some potential for you to come up with a name of a client of ours.
Well, and I love that. We work under anonymity too and without permission, so I respect you for that. But we can probably boil it down to that your target market is more commercial than it ever would be residential.
We do not target residential customers at all. At
Perfect.
all.
Perfect. Love that. All right. So tell me this. With the great year that, all right, I call it the 5 years of 2020. Tell the audience, what has been the greatest impact COVID had on your business?
What it has taught me is doing the right thing is more important than making money. And quite frankly, if making a lot of money is your primary objective, I think it's the first hurdle that you're going to have to overcome, because it can impact your integrity, the quality of your work. We have clients that don't think masks matter, and we have clients that would not even let us come on their property because of the concern they had with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And our opinion is not relevant anymore. We understand that we have to do what we think is right, no matter whether it's embarrassing and people make fun of you for the mask, or the customer is hypersensitive and we have to follow their lead. If everybody reacted to this thing with a little more compassion for the guy next to him, the irony is that we would all be safer.
Oh, absolutely. And I can't applaud you more for that, because at the end of the day, integrity is all we have.
That's
So
right.
thank you
Well,
very much.
and on top of that, do you want to be the business that killed 7 people in 2020?
No,
Right.
absolutely not.
So I've worked on job sites to two different job sites where there were over 60 cases on this one location. I walked in and out of those places almost daily, and I have been tested more times than is pleasant, but I have not contracted COVID. My wife is safe. My coworkers are safe. My community is safer as a result of doing the right thing, even when sometimes you got ribbed for wearing two masks instead of one.
Oh, that's
Uh,
excellent. So by saying that, that's really good. So tell me this, tell me one action that you took for your business that made a difference for you in 2020.
we focused very much on supporting the customers we had rather than going out and trying to interact with people that don't know us and don't already trust us. So
Excellent.
we've tried to deepen the relationships rather than going out and growth through acquisition. It's been growth through trust and service. Um, the commercial real estate industry is having some difficult, not a lot of them, but some of them aren't collecting the rent they're used to. They're losing clients. So we put a freeze on all our price increases to help them get through this. And I tell you what, the appreciation that you see in managers and principals in these real estate companies when you tell them, hey, you know what? It's been 2 years, but these are very unique times, and we can live without an extra X amount of dollars this year, and let us put some skin in the game. And I think what we've done is created the one thing that every business really, really has to have to be successful is rather than create revenue, we created loyalty. And so when our competition goes in, there's a very, very cool reception for them because we have skin in the game now.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. What are your goals for 2021?
Well, we need to expand. We first of all, we have to get back to growth by loyalty is a great thing, but numbers matter.
Right, right.
And we have to, and have not done a good job, but we have to find a way to connect with people that don't know us. And that may be through more reference sales, but the people that we've created this loyalty with should be more willing to use us as a hey, if you're having trouble, call these guys. They have behaved admirably and honestly. And we have some huge projects going this year. And so the other thing is to expand our team by at least one more guy, and reinitiate the communications, because we haven't, I have not allowed my entire team in the same room for 12 months.
Well, that is really good. All right. So looking at those as being your goals, what do you see as being your biggest challenge to achieving them in the next year?
That's a super easy question. And it's a two-part answer. So the primary challenge we face is me as an owner. I came from the field. I've been a sales guy and an engineer and a technician all my life. I don't necessarily care for the business leadership role. I love community and family leadership, but I'm used to working alone, and it's been a struggle for me to get used to having people that need me, even after 15 years. The other thing is that by far and away, there is not even a close second. Our limiting factor is finding good people. It's a very demanding business that demands you to wear a lot of different hats.
Mhm.
My guys they may deal with the owners of Endeavor Real Estate, which is a great local company that's done incredibly well, $1 billion operation. They may then deal with the guy that unlocks the door for us when we need to get in the pump room. And I expect everybody to be treated with dignity. And my guy may be writing up a very technical proposal for the client that could save them hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he may be carrying a 50-pound bucket of chemical up the stairs. And I don't supervise much. I'm hiring grown-ups. I expect you to do your job. And so finding a guy that can wear all those hats and is self-motivated enough to go out and earn the bonuses that make him interested in staying because he's making a significant income is a difficult thing.
So that is wonderful. All right, this is my favorite question, and I love the fact you said you've been doing this for 15 years. I come from, this is our third business. We've been doing this for 10 years. I grew up in a family business since 1947. So here's the question. All right, so it has been said that smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. What mistake did you make along the way, and how can other entrepreneurs learn from your experience?
It's a hard question because the number of mistakes that I have made is just monumental. I think the biggest mistake I make is expecting to be able to do everything. And it just happened to me today, as a matter of fact. I didn't assign somebody a task, and I put the customer off for about 3 months, and the customer is livid. And so rather than assign it and get it done well, I waited because I wanted it done perfect. And thank goodness the loyalty thing came into play here. But I did not keep my word to this man. And sometimes you have to do the work, and you have to be willing to delegate, not because you don't want to do the job, but because that's the smart business thing to do. If you take on too much, you do too little.
Absolutely. And I applaud you. You just showed another great trait as a business owner, courage to tell that you made a mistake, and vulnerability to be able to broadcast it to 12,000 people. So thank you very much. We love to see that in leadership today.
Well, I mean, look, yeah, you know what? Work is great, right? It's an important, and it's part of who all of us are, especially if you own a business and you have that entrepreneurial thing. What I would tell you is that, and I've been fortunate and blessed. The woman I married 30 years ago has not changed the locks and will not change the locks, regardless of what a stupid thing I've done today or yesterday or the day before. When I get home, I have a chocolate lab and a silver lab, and they will still jump up on me and lick me no matter the important things. It's hard for us to let go of work, but the important things are not related to work.
Oh, that is such a great thing. We've been married for 28 years. We have a black lab and a yellow lab puppy out in the other
There you
room.
go. Well,
And I just heard my wife telling him to stop because I can hear him roughhousing. So
yeah, oh yeah.
I totally get what you're saying. So that is wonderful. Any type of an offer you'd like to put out here on the interweb, as they call it?
Hey, call me, right?
All right.
I mean, the worst thing that can happen to you if you call me is I'll tell you that I'm not a great source for the answer that you need. Maybe I can refer you, maybe not. If I can help the community locally, which is there's a huge spectrum there, right? If I can save somebody's life, that makes me a hero. If I can give somebody that's having a hard time in business an answer or some encouragement that makes them better, and everybody gets better, I'll take that every day, every day.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Last question. And I think this is one of our critical answers. In our business environment today and in life today, tell the listeners out here today, what is most inspiring to you today?
The people that just duck their head and go, even with the hurdles that we have had put in front of us this year and over the course of many years, if you're an entrepreneur. I can't even name for you the guys I know this year who have either had the best year they've had in 20 years, received the biggest single check. That's true. One of my best friends just received a check for over $1 million for work he's done, largest check he's ever got. And so that's part of it. The other part of it is, man, I've seen people that are doing well, supporting their community and the people around them, not by putting their name on a giant check and getting on the news, but by leaving, by going to Whataburger and handing a 20 to the lady that brought them their food out. but because you know that lady's not there because she loves her job. I mean, maybe, but odds are better than not. She needs that income and she has to be working. And those of us who have been blessed with a little bit of success and a little bit of resource, just doing quietly the things that make other people smile, it has probably inspired me more than anything else this year. And I will tell you, honest to goodness, the first time I did it, I was at a Whataburger near my home, and it was $5.87. I eat Whataburger Junior meals, by the way, because I'm already a little bit too healthy. And I handed the woman a $20 bill for a $5.87 meal. She didn't even look at it. She got about half, turned around, came back, knocked on my window and said, "Sir, I'm sorry, you gave me a 20." And I said, "I know I did. Thank you for feeding me. God bless you." And she started crying. And maybe it was a horrible, filthy trick, but I'm now addicted to handing people that I think really can benefit that $20 bill, because whatever it did for her is very small compared to what it did for me.
Oh, that is an incredible story. Thank you so much.
That's true. That's honest to God, that's true. My wife doesn't even yell at me for giving people 20s, just so you know. She owns 70% of the company, and that is behavior that she not only encourages but demands from every one of us.
Well, that is good. You married right, and you answer to a higher power, a couple of them, it sounds like. So you're a good man.
Well, thank you.
Well, I tell you what, we thank you for your time today. We thank you for all you're doing in the community. And most of all, we thank you for your tenacity to keep pushing forward through all these crazy times we're in.
That's all right. The business has provided for my tribe very, very well. And watching one of my children become a doctor with a degree from Tufts, one of my children finish up grad school in May of this year, and watching my son make the dean's list every semester and take the MCAT is an easy way to push it. It's not what you accomplish at work, it's what work helps you accomplish at home that matters. And I don't know if I love my job, but I love what my job does for my people. And I'll take that every day, every day.